Good morning, YouTube. All right, so today is the day that we're going to change the impeller on this 70 horsepower Chrysler Force motor. It is a 1992. I think what I did the research, I think it's going to be a 5-blade propeller. Impeller. I keep calling it an impaler, but it's not. It's an impeller. It's the water pump for the thing. All right, so we're gonna have to take off the lower unit, get into the housing, change the impeller. All right, let's get to it. All right, so I figured instead of taking the boat to the water, I thought, why can't I bring the water to the boat? All right, so I got an 80-liter tote over here. It's about 24 inches high, 23 and 8.87 or something like that. Here, hold on, let me get it. This is what it is. It's 23.75 high. All right, so that's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna fill this up with water, trim it all the way down. I'm gonna have to move it at the same time. And then these intakes right here will be submerged in the water. Great, I gotta pee now. All right, so that is perfect right there. I can't trim it down anymore, else it's gonna bottom out and hit the plastic. So now it's to fill up the rest. For this particular Force motor, there's a couple of things that we're going to have to do before we get this lower unit out. One, we have to disconnect the gear linkage. And then once that is done, we have 1, 2, and then 3, 4 on the back side. We're also going to have to disconnect this fin. I think it's a diode. Correct me if I'm wrong. Leave a comment down below, please. And then there's another bolt hidden underneath this one. So let's get to it. I think this is a 9/16, but let's check. Yep, so that is a 9/16. I'm going to use a socket here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to use a socket here, so I'm going to use a wrench. Okay, I'm not going to completely undo this one. Now we're going to have to remove that fin. That one's a 5/8. So what you should do is you should inspect it, make sure that it's in good condition. It is. It's not too bad. So I will leave this one. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a hidden one right there that's holding up the bolt. So we're going to get that one. All right, so we are gonna need an extension. All right, okay, let's get it. All right, next to do is if you have a mallet, just hit the lower unit so that way it comes out. I'm gonna leave this one just to catch it, or you can just do that. There you go. She's loose. Take off this last one. Hold it. All right, last one's out. Let's go ahead and wiggle it. Oh! So, I tell you guys one thing, and I don't even follow my own suggestion. Remember in the beginning of all this, I told you that there's a couple of things that we need to get done before we remove this? Well, that's that. Totally forgot about that. Okay, so there's little tiny cotter pins right here. I guess we can undo that. Wow, this is such a weird system. Where's that wrench? This is going to be difficult because you don't want to lose the pin. Okay, there's that. All right, we got it out. Sweet. All right, so this is out now, and we're just going to remove these 4 bolts and take it out and inspect to see what's going on. All right, so I took all 4 bolts out. I don't know what's going on here. Let's take the cap off and see what's up. Oh, that's not cool. Look at all that garbage. All right, let's take this off and see what's up. Oh, geez. Now, that is bad. Oh my gosh, look at how bad that is. Okay, before we go any further, I'm missing something here. Anyways, this thing is bad. I'm missing a key here. Okay guys, I'll be right back. Before I go, what I'm trying to talk about is there's a flat piece in here, and there's supposed to be a little tiny pin that's supposed to wedge into there to hold this in place, so that way this shaft can spin the prop or the impeller, but that is not there. Okay, I'll be right back. Right, so after a long time of spending in the grass, I actually found the pin. So this is the little tiny, this is called the impeller key. So yeah, this must have slipped out right when I pulled the housing off, and it fell into the grass. But it's a good thing I found this. All right, so the next thing is, here's the difference between an old impeller and a new impeller. This thing is pretty old. They say that you should be changing your impellers every 2 years. You can see how the fins are straight, the rubber looks nice and clean, right? So this is brand new. This is old. You can see how the fins are not straight, and then the worst part is, if you look over here, the rubber is starting to break. Yeah, we don't want that. That's another reason why it stopped sucking the water. So this is garbage. Throw that one out, and we're gonna continue with the installation of the impeller. And like I said, I'm really happy that I found this, because this was really hard to find. I was trying to find parts for this motor, and it is extremely hard to find parts for the force motor. Anyways, okay, enough talk. Let's continue with the video. All right, so next what you want to do is you want to just clean all this out. Make sure that this area is nice and clean. And you also want to make sure that the inside is clean. You can see like rubber shards in here. So, okay, so I'm just cleaning everything. All right, so before I put the impeller back in here, all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some of this easy slide stuff inside here, and as well as on top of this, so that the impeller can actually slide around in here really good. Okay, so now, yeah, I know this is for brake lubrication, but the main thing here that it says, will not swell or age rubber bushings. That is rubber, this is synthetic, so it should be okay, and I'm not gonna put a lot. Yeah, so. Next, take your impeller, okay, so it doesn't fit, and yeah, you're gonna have to get it in there. Try to make all the fins go the one way. All right, there we go. Everything's going the same way. Remember, we got to keep an eye on this key as well. So let's put everything back on. Now this key has a little notch. That notch goes inside this piece in here. But at the same time, there's also a flat piece here on the metal. That's where that's gonna go. So we're gonna have to try to line up this with that. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we just bolt everything back together. Yeah, when I turn the shaft, I can feel the impeller moving around. Alright, so the best way to get the equal amount of pressure to do this properly, just snug this down here, then you're going to do a cross pattern. Then you're going to do this side, then you're going to tighten this side, and then this side. And you just keep going on your cross patterns. That should be it. Alright, that's done. Let's head over to the boat and put this thing on. Probably just clean it up before we do that.